Hey there, YouTube. Sir Daniel 1975 here again, and I'm here with a interesting project. I was at the Goodwill, and I picked up this hunting horn, fox horn, with no mouthpiece, and it's probably just something intended to be a wall design. But here's a piccolo trumpet cornet shank 14A4X, and I'll hold it up to it real good. Let me Okay, it sounds a little funky because there's an air gap with the mouthpiece not really meeting it in there. If I have a mouthpiece pipe that's actually for trumpet, but I have these extra brass pieces, and I don't know, I may make a mouthpiece pipe for this. I'm going to have to cut it or cut one of them and do some magic here. So I will be working on this, and it'll be interesting because I've done some stuff with brass work before. I've made a lead pipe for my piccolo trumpet that was better than the lead pipe that came with it. It doesn't look great, but it plays really much better in tune than what came with it, since a better lead pipe wasn't available for the model that I have. Anyway, it does look like there's a line here, which makes me think that maybe something was there at one time. So I don't know if there was. It'd be cool to use a French horn mouthpiece, but I don't have any of that. Like I said, and these are the other piccolo trumpet lead pipe pieces, by the way. So anyway, I mean, it's small there, but as you go, it almost meets the right diameter, probably about right there, maybe here. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to probably take one of these and cut it long ways, and then roll one side over the top and weld it over. I'm probably not going to be able to use this old Bach piccolo trumpet mouth pipe because I don't think that it will be good, because I don't think, unless I got a cornet to piccolo trumpet attachment, a cornet shank to trumpet mouth pipe attachment, I could do that, which I may do that. And in this case, I could take, see, like that fits right over that smoothly, and that, so I may be able to work some magic and get these welded on, and then I could use a proper mouthpiece on it. And so the idea is to get it so that it sounds pretty decent. So prior to that, first thing I'm going to do is clean it. So I'm going to spray it out with the kitchen sink hose. I'm not going to show that on camera because, that's kind of self-explanatory. Then I'm going to polish it up. I may show that on camera. So anyway, I probably overly explained what I'm doing, but when I come back, I will have sprayed this out, and I will start polishing it up. Okay, so if you're going to use polish, you probably want to wear gloves, because it's going to it's a pain in the neck to wash your hands off with that stuff. So this is not a no-brainer. This is not rocket science. You put some on the dang rag and make sure you have a rag for buffing it after it dries. And then you just start rubbing it in. And this may take a couple applications because it's pretty corroded and stuff. But you don't be afraid to really put it on thick. I also have something that may work, and yeah. Well, anyway, I think it will come clean. And yeah, I probably should be doing this outside because this is pretty smelly stuff. But you just gotta put it on, let it dry, and when it gets pasty looking, then you buff it off, and you can repeat the process until you get the desired look. So this one is pretty dang dirty, and it is probably the lowest grade of brass that one could ever imagine. So just kind of show you, because here's a piece from a Bach piccolo trumpet. when I buffed that one up, see how that came clean right away? So that's what I'm talking about. See, that came clean. And like these pieces, rough inner lead pipe pieces, even they're coming clean versus that, because it's a better quality brass than there. And I'm also thinking there, I don't know, it may be an alloy with some copper in it or something. So I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'm working on, and when I come back, I'll be buffing it. Okay, YouTube. I ended up going outside and using like my last piece of steel wool and the polish, the brass polish, to clean up this foxhorn, hunting horn, whatever. So, and then when I was done scrubbing it with that, I buffed it, and then I just reapplied a bunch of polish and let it dry. And now I'm going to buff that off. And you're going to be pretty well surprised. I couldn't get every nook and cranny, but I did pretty good. I do have carpal tunnel, so it's not like it's amazing I did as much as I did. I probably should have planned ahead and just covered it with polish like crazy, and then wrapped it up in cellophane and let it sit overnight, and then buff it in the morning. And it may have pulled all of it off that way. I know that works with wood when you're removing a finish. Yeah, see, that's it, polished and buffed, that piece there. Not quite the same color brass, but that's okay. And yeah, it's all brass, by the way. There was no copper or anything in this. So, obviously, after I do this, I will probably rinse it off real good and dry it in spots, because it'll dry it all over. I need to make sure I get because I put a lot of polish down, that I get it off on spots that I can't get to, because it could corrode those spots on the brass by polish just sitting there forever and ever. So, yeah. And of course, some people say small circles, but yeah, well, a lot of times you can't really do that on these. Tubing is so small. It'll be there forever, so Just rub it away. Some of you are probably like, oh my God, it's a new piece of brass. Almost. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect job. But it doesn't need to be. So some of you probably go, why the heck are you even doing this? You're probably thinking. Well, I do some living history and stuff, and I thought it'd be a neat piece to add to my longbow kit. And because a hunting horn is something that could be used with something like that. And I've basically been here talking and buffing it while on camera. Let me tell you what, I only let this sit on there for about 5 minutes, and it really, because I was outside, and it is, for North Carolina, it's pretty dang hot out right now. And I apologize for the sound of the air conditioning kicking on. It is summer. So anyway, what do you think about that? It ain't perfect. I mean, there's some discolorations and stuff, but like I said, now I'm going to rinse it, spray it down, and then dry it up real good. Anyway, I cleaned up the ends with the Dremel, and so get ready to do some welding. Hopefully this thing cooperates for me. I forget what level I need to open this up as. I just blew it out. That took me entirely way too long. Alright, so with the first thing I want to do is weld this piece to that one. So come here, take the flux. Actually, it's not welding, it's soldering. So, and yes, I grind it on the inside. Didn't work. Okay, done some work. I got a mouth pipe on here, and I just put the regular trumpet one. Obviously, that's all I had. And I think I'm just going to use a trumpet mouthpiece. And I ended up having to put some JB Weld, I think I said that in the last clip, to seal in some leaks. And that's done. I've also wrapped some cord around here as a grip. I've also got a zip tie on there to help hold it together because it actually needed another brace, and I kind of camouflaged it a little bit, but you can see it there. I'm going to actually wrap cord around this too to camouflage that mess, but it sounds pretty decent. So does work. Whether or not that is, I haven't checked it with a tuner yet. I'm not, and I didn't even play around. I don't have perfect pitch, so I can't really tell you what key it's in right now. I didn't mess around with it enough. But anyway, there you go. It actually does play, and I'll be able to use it. So there you go. When I come back, I'll have wrapped cord around this and I'll play some more. Okay, I finished wrapping and joined them. So basically you can hold it with your left hand or your right hand. You can switch where you want to hold it. You can hold it on the lead pipe or the bell, the coil and the bell. But anyway, I'll play it again. Maybe I'll not chip a note this time. So anyway, yeah, it does play. If you put your hand in the bell, like on a French horn, you can change the pitch a little bit. So there's things you can work on. But anyway, I think this will serve the purposes that I thinking of using it for, and most people will probably get a kick out of it. So anyway. There you go. It's some kind of a bugle / foxhorn / hunting horn / maybe post horn. I'm not exactly sure, but it's something. and it is playable. And I don't think it was intended to be playable. I think it was just something that was intended to be hung on the wall, but it works. So anyway, thanks for watching.